Football is
American
America.
football
Let's
football is
go.
America. And if you don't like it, you can kiss your candy ass for the moment in time. I don't give a damn. Oh my God.
No.
You love
way.
it.
It's 30-27. Chiefs win. Chiefs win 30-20.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sunday Night Football. I just saw one of the best catches I've seen from Quentin Johnson ever. And especially last week, I think he had like 3 or 4 drops last week. This was a really good catch over the middle of the field, took a huge hit. Chargers 1st and 20 at midfield. Chiefs have a 3-0 lead. A flea flicker and Herbert going deep. Oh! Tried to reel it in with one hand and it's incomplete. 7:59 to go in the first quarter. If you're joining us right now, welcome. We got RC Iowa UCLA diehard fan in the chat. What's up, brother? We got a good one tonight. Big important game for the Chargers. Just looking at the AFC West, they're sitting at 8 wins, tied with the Broncos and the Ravens. It doesn't get easier. Next week they play the Eagles. So this is kind of one of those games that they have to have. And the Chiefs, meanwhile, they struggled with the Panthers. They struggled with the Raiders, not just last week on Black Friday, but even the time they played them earlier this season, they struggled. That's been the story of the Chiefs season, is struggling, but ultimately getting the win in the end. The Chargers really need to beat this team. An eligible receiver downfield, so this is just getting out of hand. It's going to be 2nd and 35. Rashawn Slater, too deep downfield on the screen. But, yeah, I mean, the one thing is the Chargers don't, the NFL is a game of matchups. The Chargers don't really match up well with the Chiefs. They don't really have anybody right now that they can push down the field. No Lad McConkey in this game. That's going to be maybe the difference between a win and a loss. 3rd and 16, actually, after the penalty. Liam said it's the refs versus the Chargers. Hopefully not. Hopefully we get a clean game. RC said, did you see the Bears get thrashed again? New coach, same shit. I did. That is just same story. And Justin Herbert trying to put on his best Josh Allen impression. It's going to be stopped short. And let's see what they do here. Too far for a field goal. What's he going to do? And they're going to punt it. And Herbert limps off the field. We'll keep an eye on that. I don't know why Herbert was limping. That's not good. Took off as a runner. All right. Let's see how my FanDuel's doing. 312865. 312865. All right. Man, my bets are just cold right now. Ice cold. Let's see. Saquon Barkley to win MVP. $17. I could cash out at $13. I'll cash out at 13. Let's turn that 13 into something. What do we got here? Isaiah Pacheco or Gus Edwards to score the first touchdown. I don't love that one. Chiefs second drive. Travis Kelce, 2 catches. DeAndre Hopkins to have 1 catch. Plus 747. Let's do it. $5 wins 37. All right. Come on, Travis Kelce and D-Hop. I need two to Kelce, 1 to D-Hop. All right. So let's look at the NFL playoff picture after all of the afternoon games and noon games. So the Chiefs and the Lions, both at the 1 seed, the Bills and the Eagles at the 2 seed. It's interesting because the Steelers all of a sudden, they're looking at that number 2 seed like, hey, we're here. And what's interesting is Buffalo, if the Chiefs lose today, Buffalo is still within distance of the number 1 seed. So I don't really know how 1, 2, and 3 is going to pan out. It's not like the NFC, which is crazy because it feels like it's almost a guarantee that the Lions and the Eagles are going to be the 1 and 2 or the, whatever order that happens. You would think it's going to be Lions Eagles, but the Vikings winning today, they're just 1 game behind the Lions. I mean, if the Lions lose a couple games and the Vikings win out, all of a sudden the Lions would be the 5th seed. That is just crazy. All right. Handoff. First play of the game is going to be a handoff right up the middle. I believe that was Kareem Hunt. Here we go. 2nd and 6. Kelce. Kareem Hunt. All right. That's going to be good for a 1st down. That's a really good screen. Khalil Mack almost got his hands on the ball. But that was a really good disguise screen. That did not look like a screen right off the bat. Here we go. Mahomes under center. Hopkins lined up to the bottom of the screen. Quick throw. D-Hop. All right. Now I just need Travis Kelce to catch 2 balls. Come on. Travis Kelce, if he catches 2 passes, I win $40. And they take D-Hop out for a play. 2nd and 4. Come on, this is Travis Kelce area right here. Fake, looking, Mahomes, and he has to throw it into the ground. Let's see. Here we go. 3rd and 4. Travis Kelce motioning. Come on, Kelce. Oh my gosh. Hit as he throws. And now the Chiefs are going to have to punt it. Damn it. I hope this isn't going to be a low-scoring game. Kansas City hasn't been able to do anything offensively this year. 37 punts for Matt Ariza. I think he was drafted by Buffalo. What a punt. Oh my God. Wow. That punt just bounced at the 3 and then took another good bounce to the 1-yard line. Holy crap. What a punt. What a freaking punt. All right. Chargers second drive. Gus Edwards to score a touchdown. Or is it going to be Will Dissly? We're going to go Gus Edwards. $94 if he scores a touchdown on this drive. All right, Gus Edwards, Will Dissly, Quentin Johnston, or Joshua Palmer. If any one of those guys score on this drive, I win big time. If it's Gus Edwards, I get $100. I need the Chargers score on this drive. I like this this thing FanDuel has where you can go on each drive. So this is the Chargers' second drive. Let's see if they can move the ball downfield, though. They haven't been able to generate much offense today. 3-0. The under, I'm inclined to take the under. The game right now is set at 37.5. 37.5. So what do they think? 17-20? I'm taking the over. 37.5. That's so low. I'm taking the Chargers plus 6.5, and I'm taking it over 37.5. Ooh. All right. D for the P. Ooh, gotta pee. All right. Guess who's back? Back again. Some of your selections can't be combined. All right, here we go. Drive starting on the 1-yard line. Can the Chargers go on a long drive? 10-yard gain. Oh, come on. That's a short spot. Did his knee go down that early? The Steelers could get the 1 seed, which is crazy to say. And yeah, I mean, 1, 2, and 3. Totally up for grabs right now. QB sneak. It looked like Herbert might have fumbled the snap or not fumbled it, bobbled the snap. It looked like there might have been a bobble snap there. Only one interception through 13 weeks. Fewest in the NFL. Minimum of 7 starts. Here's a fake handoff, taking a shot deep. Palmer! All the way down to the 48-yard line. 38-yard completion. Let's go. Love to see it. Handoff. Gus Edwards picks up 4, maybe 3. All right. Here we go. Fake. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Quick throw to Johnston and he fumbles the football. The Chargers end up coming up with the ball. They said he was down. Nope, that was a fumble. That is just a heads-up play by the offensive lineman being able to rip that ball away and take it. Wow. Timeout, Chargers. Jeez. Chargers need to pick up a first down here. Jim Harbaugh is limping. Why is he limping around? All right, Justin Herbert. Let's see what they can dial up here on a 3rd and 10. You wonder at this part of the field if they're going for the first down or just trying to pick up 6 or 7 to go for it on 4th down. Pressure coming over the middle. And they're going to pick up 5 and decision time. We got Little Lee in the chat. What's up, Little Lee? Punting unit coming on the field again. With 24 seconds. Look, there's 20 seconds left in the game. There's 18 seconds on the play clock. I would have tried a hard count. Try to pick up a free 5 yards. And then if they jump, go for it on 4th and 1. Like, why not try it? What do you have to lose? Chris Collinsworth in the booth looking super casual. Mahomes, quick throw. Xavier Worthy picks up a quick 5. All right. Three to 0 at the end of 1. Steelers are the most well-rounded team in the league, in my opinion. Wow. It is now the second quarter. The one thing I would say about Pittsburgh, as far as being a super well-rounded team, is they're 20th in the league in passing yards per game. So they must be a good rushing team. 9th in rushing. 133 yards a game, right next to New Orleans, who has 131 rushing yards a game. You know who I think is a really good team right now? Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is averaging 137 rushing yards per game. When it comes to points per game, Tampa is 5th, 27.9 points per game. I think Minnesota's got to start to be considered one of the most well-rounded. I think Minnesota is like the Pittsburgh Steelers of the NFC. Right? It's like two teams that you don't expect to go to the Super Bowl, but you can make a serious case for it. Oh, Mahomes with a pump fake on 2nd and 4. It's like at the end of the day, you just don't trust Sam Darnold or Russell Wilson as much as you trust Mahomes and Josh Allen. Or, for the NFC, even Jared Goff, the way he's playing right now. Like, I would trust Jared Goff over Sam Darnold. I would trust Jalen Hurts over Sam Darnold. But we'll see. I mean, those are teams that nobody's going to want to play in the playoffs. Krebs said Darnold being 11-2 as a starter with 5 touchdowns today is pure insanity. In Buffalo today, Josh Allen had 6 touchdowns. He had 3 rushing touchdowns and 3 passing touchdowns, and they still lost the game. Didn't that feel like a playoff game against the Chiefs? To me at least. Wilson has a ring. He's proven he can go all the way before. That's true, but so does Aaron Rodgers, and I think they're Both of those quarterbacks are well past their prime, unfortunately, for their fan bases. Uh-oh, Mahomes sack lunch. Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa. In another 3 and out. Jeez. This is just the way this game's going to be, huh? 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Wow. The over-under for this game's gone down to 32 points. If you would have told me, oh my gosh, a bobbled punt by the Chargers, Davis is able to get back on the ball. And Crafty says, Wilson no longer has his old scrambling ability, but he's adjusted well this year to being a pocket passer. In some ways he has, but in other ways he still struggles with one main area, and it's taking sacks. I know since Russell Wilson has taken over as the Steelers quarterback, only Caleb Williams has more sacks. So that's a serious problem, and we'll see if that becomes a problem in the playoffs, taking sacks. I mean, there were just so many games that you watch where he takes a sack on a pointless sack, not even just, sacks are going to happen. He doesn't, the fact that he doesn't have that running ability anymore, he doesn't really have the ability to get out of sacks. And I feel like a lot of times he lacks the anticipation and the awareness to prevent a sack. He holds onto the ball too long. That's a fact. And then he takes a pointless sack on first and second down and makes it 2nd and 15. And then all of a sudden it's a struggle to be able to pick up the first down and move the chains. If I'm Mike Tomlin, my game plan with Russell Wilson would have to be running the football and getting the ball out of Russell's hands quick. Who is calling my phone? Somebody was calling me. How do I tell who is calling? I guess I can't tell. All right. 1st and 10 is going to be a run. Chris Jones. 11 and a half sacks in 17 career games versus the Chargers. Can't stop yawning. There's nothing on this game. It's like negative yards, sack, punt. Justin Herbert taking a shot. Wide open. Oh, my gosh. Oh, that would have been a touchdown. Wide open. Wow. You got to make that pass if you're Herbert. Tip, punt. Wow. Another punt. Holy crap. Where was he throwing that anyway? There's nobody over there. All right, so another solid punt, and the Chiefs coming back out. Chiefs still in the lead, 3-0. All right, let's see what the world's saying about this game. The latest commentary from the internet. I'll never forget, first game of the dang 2024 NFL season, Spags called a timeout and the refs allowed it. And Chiefs fans just keep acting like it don't be funny business when they play. Oh, yeah, that's true. Spags called a timeout. That was weird because I looked it up after the Bears game, and it said anybody can call timeout. Oh, I think it's anybody on the field. Chargers can't run the ball because we got 300-pounder Gus Edwards back there. Put in Vital. It's not that hard. Josh Palmer's getting serious separation tonight. Keep looking for him. Not me feeling jealous that Justin Herbert had the time to uncork a deep ball. Thank you for missing the wide open touchdown, Justin. Chiefs Kingdom. Bo Nix completes that pass. I love it. Chargers always on some dumb shit when they play the Chiefs. Justin Herbert missed a wide open Joshua Palmer in stride, but media pundits will gloss over it because he throws a pretty deep ball. Oh man, the internet never misses. Fake handoff, Mahomes throwing wide open. Juju Smith wide open inside of Chargers territory. Wow. Wide open. Juju Smith just coming across the field, catches it at midfield, and then runs for like 10 more yards after the catch to take it to the 30-yard line. And Chiefs in field goal range, looking to go up at least 3 here. Fake field goal, Mahomes, and he takes a sack. Derwin James Jr. on the sack. Wow. Derwin James just went past 2 Chiefs to make this play. Humphrey and Pacheco. Nobody. I've been saying it. I hate to say it because he's a Charger, but best safety in the NFL. Uh-oh. D-Hop. Let's see. D-Hop so happy that he's not a Titan. I would keep D-Hop on the field. Third and 6. Let's see if they keep going towards DeAndre Hopkins. Mahomes. Flag. That's going to be an automatic first down. Pass interference on Cam Hart. John Harbaugh or Jim Harbaugh is already like, where? Whoa. Wow. Wow. 2 penalties. 2 fifth-round picks for the Chargers. All right, so that gives the Chiefs a first down. And now a false start on the offensive line. All right. Are we going to play football or what? Really a quiet season for Kelsey. And Noah Gray with the catch. He'll pick up those penalty yards. It'll be 2nd and 9. Cam Hart, rookie. Did he go to Miami? No, he went to Notre Dame. Mahomes looking to pass, quick throw. And Travis Kelce picks up 4 yards. Red zone offense. 6th in drives, 48 drives in the red zone. Field goals, most in the NFL. So hard for fans to be too critical when you're 11-1. Oh my gosh. What's crazy, if the Chargers lose tonight and then lose to the Eagles and then they play the Broncos, they could be 8-7 if they lose their next 3 games to the Chiefs, Eagles, and then Broncos. And if that is the case, they would be the team that Miami would be looking to potentially jump. But then they could still end the season 10-7 if they win their final 2, which Miami would have to win out to finish with that record. Crazy to think that they could go 3-2 in their final 5 games and still end with 10 wins. I guess that's why it's so important to win early in the year and put yourself in position like that. So the Chiefs make the field goal and they take a 6-0 lead. Chargers just need one touchdown to take a lead here. Trey Smith is going to be so average once the Bears overspend for him. It's just the luck the Bears have with everything. Who's Trey Smith? Oh, offensive lineman for the Chiefs. Chargers pass rush doing a really good job getting to Mahomes tonight. And part of the reason's Jawan Taylor. I tried to tell Chiefs fans, Jawan Taylor's not it. He's really bad. Like, people didn't want to believe it. Jawan Taylor is ass. He might be the worst starting tackle in the league. I'm not kidding. It's a big reason the Chiefs keep struggling. Uh-oh, this one's going to be returnable. 10 to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, to the 40. Good return by Davis. Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt. Wow. Wow. That's why Jim wanted them. Joe Alt, Rashawn Slater. It's pretty cool to have your right tackle and your left tackle secured for the next decade. Fifth overall pick. Could have drafted Malik Neighbors. Herbert had all the time in the world. John Alt, he was the Chiefs tackle from 1984 to 1996. He is in the Ring of Honor, and he is in the crowd watching his son play. That is just so cool. Can't imagine what that would be like. Oh my gosh. Catch the ball. Another 3 and out. This is terrible. If it would have been the Broncos playing the Chiefs, they would have flexed it out of prime time. (2022) Broncos Chiefs was flexed out of prime time. No national audience wants to watch the Denver Broncos play football again. And now, this year, the Broncos are being flexed into prime time. Sean Payne understands what NFL's Broncos Chargers flex means. I like the fact we have another opportunity. Payton said on Friday, I remember this a long time ago. Boys, we'd rather be flexed in than flexed out. It's a real good team playing a real good, and it flexes Cincinnati out, who we play the following week. So there was a little, but it is what it is. But they just tell us when we're playing. Yes, that's a big game, but we'll play in a bigger. Woo-hoo. Saying that we're going to the playoffs. Wow. This AFC West is going to be tough. Chargers just not looking real good right now. Chargers and the Chiefs just don't look that good. Both offenses are just bad. The offensive line's horrendous for the Chiefs. And there's just no playmakers. A great offensive line, a great quarterback, and then there's just even when the receivers are getting separation, you're just not seeing Herbert make that throw to Palmer. He's just missing wide open targets. Who am I supposed to pull for right now? I guess the Chiefs, because if the Chargers lose, then we would be a higher seed, and then we don't have to play Buffalo if they end up as the 1 seed. The Chargers would play right now. The Chargers are the 5th seed, so they would play the Texans. Whoever ends up as the 7 seed is going to play the Chiefs or the Bills, maybe the Steelers if they move up to the number 2 seed, but I still think you'd rather play the Texans, although I wouldn't mind playing the Steelers or the Chiefs. I just don't want to play Buffalo. That's it. And I think Buffalo is going to probably be the number 2. So we need to move from 7 out of 7, or we're going to play Buffalo. Looks like Derwin James might have jumped off sides there. Yeah. We got to move out of 7, or we're going to end up playing Buffalo. If we move up to 6, then we would end up playing the Steelers most likely. And if we move up to 5, we'll play the Texans. So if we root for the Chargers to lose, we're basically rooting for us to not play Buffalo. That's the way I look at it. Liam says, why the heck is this a Sunday night game? I don't know. They have a boner for Mahomes and Justin Herbert. Mahomes taking a deep shot downfield. Oh, DeAndre Hopkins thought there was a penalty. And 4th and 2, and now they're going to punt it. Nick said, actually, we'd pass them in current rankings because we have a better division record. Yeah, so I think that answers your question. Oh, my goodness. I have company coming over tonight. My aunt and uncle are in town from Wisconsin. So I wanted to spend some family time with them, but I wanted to stream the first half of this game. I was hoping it would have been a more eventful first half. But they're pulling up here right now. And here comes Herbert. But I'm going to D for the P and say hi and everything. I'll be right back. All right. Nick said the social media QB and Mahomes Liam. Yep. Herbert almost sacked. Incomplete. Wow. Jeez. You might want to play Rashawn Slater inside. Maybe he can try to chip Chris Jones a little bit. I have no idea. Quick throw. Oh my gosh. Palmer drops it. Oh my gosh. Chargers suck. Chargers are just so bad. How do you drop this? Oh my gosh. That's going to be a meme. Chargers receivers every week, and it's going to be like something awesome, and it's going to be like Chargers against the Chiefs, and then that play is going to show. Wow. What a play downfield. Oh, Herbert. Herbert always gets hurt. They should call him Hurtbert. Oh, who just rang the doorbell? Who rang the doorbell? Hi, Charlie. Oh my gosh, Herbert is still down. Why did he get hurt? This is interesting. Now you got and I'm not laughing about the injury. I'm laughing about the situation Heineke just found himself. Here is Heineke, and now he's going to take off and run. And wow. Honestly, good job by Heineke. Getting lined up. Oh no, I thought they were going to kick a field goal. Oh no, I'm on the wrong side of the field. Ball bounces, and this is going to be returned. Ooh. Damn, he took a huge hit. Brandon Staley ruined Herbert. That is facts. He took a big hit to the chest, but the med team was focusing on his legs. Yeah, I saw that. I mean, look, if you're a Chargers fan, just take a deep breath and keep this in proper context. Herbert stood up and he walked off the field. Okay? That's huge. Anytime your quarterback goes down and he's not carted off the field, that's a win. Okay? You got to take the small victories in this case, stay optimistic, and just hope that it's a stinger or something like that, and he'll be able to come back. Because what has kept the Chargers in, you go back to the beginning of the season, the Chargers were giving up 12.9 points a game for the first 6-7 weeks. If you can continue to get that type of defensive production out of your defense, all of a sudden you're asking Heineke to score 2 touchdowns. if Herbert's going to be gone for a couple of games, you're not asking that much if this defense can play. But you need to, this defense is going to need to step up in the absence of Herbert. And maybe that, weird things happen. Sometimes this kind of stuff provides a spark for the defense and maybe a spark for Heineke. But Herbert got up and walked off the field, so that's really all that matters right now until we hear more news. I wouldn't start worrying about the season being over, anything like that. Pressure coming. Wow. How does that happen? That's the kind of throw that Mahomes makes that you're just like, how does he do it? Look at this throw. Look at that frickin' throw. Sidearm. I'm surprised Chris Collinsworth isn't foaming at the mouth over that throw. I'm not even a Mahomes fan, and I got to admit that throw was absolutely insane. Apple cider vinegar. The Heineke revenge game. Who's he getting revenge on? The Chargers? If they're going to do Madden 25 commercials, it needs to be Saquon Barkley doing the backwards hurdle. That's all they need to do to get people to go buy the game. Show the backwards hurdle and be like, the new Madden featuring real life updates on the latest moves your favorite players make on Sunday. Cue Saquon Barkley's backwards hurdle, and then show Madden doing it too. That's it. Everyone run into the shelves. Commanders. Nick, you're thinking of the Commanders, but still, maybe it's a revenge game in the fact that he still thinks he should be a starter, right? Getting revenge on all the teams that told him he shouldn't start. That's what you were thinking, right? See. Watch this. Quick throw to P. Ryan. Here it comes. Oh, man. They end up going to Noah Gray. I saw P. Ryan lined up at the top of the screen. A lot of times that'll be a Quick throw to P. Ryan so he can get the first down and get out of bounds. Under 2 minutes here. Mahomes has time. Buying, throwing. Pass interference. That's pass interference, brother. Man, there was pass interference before the pass interference. Why is Jim Harbaugh limping? I'm sorry. I have to figure this out. Quick. Jim Harbaugh looks like he's limping. Why is Jim Harbaugh limping? I asked Google the same thing. I got no response. It's just weird. From a guy who has 2 hip replaced and a knee. Arthritis? Question mark. Looks like everyone's wondering. P. Ryan. First down. Jim Harbaugh Herbert limping. Jim Harbaugh might be changing the culture in LA, but the Chargers medical staff is still a thing. Lad McConkey came up limping after a catch in team drills. That was October 2nd. Nick said totally, and not that he was a Chiefs backup at one point. Also, backup QBs really get around. Why is Wentz in KC now? Yeah, well, they had a different backup. Mahomes, quick throw. Hopkins, touchdown. They had a different... who was it? He played for the Jags. Then he went to the Chiefs. And then Mahomes got hurt in a playoff game last year it was 2 years ago. They were playing the Jaguars, and he went on a 99-yard touchdown drive. And then the Chiefs went to half, and then Mahomes came back. Nick Folk. Chiefs backup goes on 99-yard TD drive against Jaguars playoffs. Chad Henne. They had Chad Henne, and then Chad Henne retired, so they needed to bring in another one. Chad Henne announced his retirement after the Super Bowl win over the Eagles. He must have been bummed out when he saw the Chiefs won another one. And imagine how mad he would be now to know that they're trying to get 3 in a row and make history. He's like, dude, I could have had rings. I just got 1. How many Super Bowls does he have? Chad Henne, he has 2 Super Bowl rings. He has 2 Super Bowl rings. He was selected by the Miami Dolphins in the 2008 draft. He started for the Jags. He has 2 Super Bowl rings with the Chiefs, serving as the backup. But he could have 2 more. That's crazy. Chad Henne could have the same amount of Super Bowl rings as Patrick Mahomes if he would have continued to just be a backup, and he wouldn't have even had to play. Could you imagine Chad Henne pulling up if the Chiefs won the Super Bowl this year and Chad Henne retired after the three-peat? Could you imagine Chad Henne just rolling up 20 years later to a Super Bowl dinner with 5 Super Bowl rings and just being like, yeah, I was Mahomes' backup. What's up? It's so funny. Mark Burnell has a Super Bowl ring. He got his ring as a backup. He was backing up Drew Brees, and he got a Super Bowl ring. Oh, 42 seconds left. Darius Davis tried to return it. Herbert coming back out onto the field. All right. I thought maybe Chad Henne would go in, but also back. Oh, I read that one already. Got to update the ticker. Herbert. Maybe Herbert is like Matthew Stafford, where once he gets hurt, he becomes a better quarterback. But the Chargers are going to burn a quick timeout here. And you got to think they want to get at least 3. There has been opportunities today for the Chargers. Can't help but think back about that miss to Joshua Palmer. Had he made a really good throw, that would have been a situation where the Chargers would have had a momentum boost and you would have got 7 points on the board. It would be a 6-point game here. A field goal would have made it a 13-10 game. It would have felt a lot different. But the momentum boost the team gets when their quarterback goes down and then that quarterback comes back out onto the field is a very real thing. And if you could, have that momentum boost and then pair that with the Chargers driving down and scoring a field goal to close out the half, then you start feeling a little bit better about them receiving the ball to start the second half. But they still have 35 yards to go. Oh, good run right up the middle. 10 seconds left. They only have one timeout, and they're going to have to burn it here. Oh, thanks. Oh, cool. Thanks. Apple pie and cookies. I'm a child. Apple pie and cookies. Green 18. Apple pie and cookies. Apple pie, apple pie. Cookies, said hut. Here we go. 11 seconds left. Herbert looking to throw. Taking a shot downfield. Incomplete. And now with 5 seconds left, there ain't nothing to do but to accept the shutout and go to half down 13 points. Look, the one thing you got, if you're a Chargers fan, the one thing that you got to keep your head up with is the fact that your defense has only allowed 13 points. You cannot allow these games that are mentally taxing to get in your head and lose perspective. Wait a minute. They didn't have a timeout. The freaking commentators are like, "Was he down? Was he down?" Did the Chargers think they had a timeout? Andy Reid is just like you gotta credit him. He's a big guy, you know, but he stands for 3.5 hours straight. That's kind of like, I guess, the threshold. Has there ever been a NFL head coach that was so big he needed to sit, he couldn't stand for the length of the football game? Has there ever been a head coach too big to stand for the whole game? I remember when Vic Fangio became a head coach, he said that was one of the things. Okay, I guess the word stand is, I guess the word big is too broad of a word. I didn't want to have to use the other word. Can you eat your way to the Super Bowl? Does a fat head coach affect a team? Mike McCarthy, Andy Reid, Rex Ryan, Eric Mangini, Wade Phillips, the exception, Mike Holmgren, and then you have Generation Slim, Mike Tomlin, Sean Payton, Tom Coughlin, Tony Dungy, Bill Cowher, John Gruden. I'm sorry, I'm putting Bill Belichick. He's not on the slim list. Conclusion. So does a fat head coach have a detrimental effect on the team overall performance? It's still up in the air. One might say that it's purely coincidental. However, one might argue that if they were a player and Andy Reid came up to them and said, "Hey, you need to lose some weight to get better, go and run some laps," they would laugh in his face. One might find it's hard to accept something like this when coming from someone who has no self-discipline in their own lifestyle, health, or fitness. Furthermore, one would argue that they are much more likely to listen to someone like Mike Tomlin, who's very much in shape as he adheres to the standards which he asks his players to abide by also. You should also practice what you preach, regardless of what profession you are in. And this is something that begins to permeate the world of football more than ever. This argument does have certain amounts of validity to it and is something to consider around the league as it continues to change. However, as long as we have exceptions to the rule like Mike McCarthy and Mike Holmgren, there's always going to be naysayers who put down the coincidence, and I am not entirely sure if I'm one of them. It's obvious that coaches are becoming younger and fitter, but the jury is still out on whether that makes them better coaches than the overweight ones. It most certainly should practice what you preach, but whether or not it does is still up for debate. It is impossible to truly know whether or not a coach's weight is made redundant by the overwhelming respect that players have for him, regardless, as it seems to be the case with Rexy. I, for one, would like to celebrate our lovable bags of fun as they really help us get the most out of our 3D TVs. Yeah, it's a great point. Um, I do think there is a culture shift where I think just in general people take care. I think head coaches tend to take better care of their overall fitness than they did in the 60s and 70s, but also, you go the bigger head coaches, Mike McCarthy, Andy Reid, Rex Ryan, Eric Mangini, Mike Holmgren, Wade Phillips. These coaches are part of the older generation. The younger coaches like Sean McVay, was ripped. And when he became the head coach, remember, he was the youngest head coach in the NFL. And now you got guys like Ben Johnson, who's going to be the new youngest head coach potentially, Kyle Shanahan. So, I mean, I remember when Mike Tomlin got the job, it was like, oh my gosh, he's only, what was he, only 38 years old when he got the job, and people were freaking out. Nowadays, I would say nowadays NFL coaches tend to be healthier, more in shape because they're in their 30s. We are hiring much younger coaches nowadays, where it used to be coaches were much older and maybe well past their prime. How old was Mike Tomlin when he started coaching the Steelers? I think he was 30. He was 34. And he was the youngest head coach. Isn't this crazy? Mike Tomlin, only the third head coach hired by the Steelers since 1969. We got William Bill Hartnett in the chat. Hartnett. Sorry, I said Hartnett. Hartnett in the chat. What's up, brother Bill? Happy to have you in here. We just having a conversation about head coaches and the different shapes and sizes that head coaches come in, different packages. What a game today by Josh Allen, huh? What a game by Joshy. Man, 30 points off the board. I probably still would have won even if Josh Allen only had 20 points today, because I have 130 and I still have T. Higgins to go. Chris Broswell got me another 11 points. He's the number one kicker in the NFL right now. Bill said mine changes shapes and sizes. that is so true. That is so true. That is really funny. Yeah, Brian Dable. He's like Zach, the lead singer of Zach Brown Band. I don't know if you've seen the lead singer of Zach Brown Band. So this is Zach Brown Band. This was Zach. This is what Zach looked like in 2009. So he looks like that. Okay. Now I just saw him in concert. This is what he looks like now. He looks totally different. But he kind of reminds me of Dable. Bill, do you want Brian Dable to be your head coach next year? DeAndre Hopkins has 13 points. I should have started him. Devontae Adams definitely won me the week. David Montgomery, another clutch game from David Montgomery. So let's see. Looks like I'm going to have a bye next week. I'm going to have a first round bye in my fantasy league. I'm trying to figure out. Let's see. League home. Let's see. It says I'm the number 2 team in the league right now. That's crazy. At one point, I was. Wow. My draft day power rankings actually is where ultimately I ended up. That's crazy. Okay, here it is. So week 14, that's the last week. Projected playoff bracket. I'm going to have a bye week. And then week 16. Week 16 would be my first playoff game. If I win that game, then I go to the championship round. So that would be week 15. No. Week 15's next week. I'll have a bye week. Week 16. So let me look at week 16 NFL. All right, Broncos, Chargers, Texans, Chiefs. So I'll have D-Hop going against the Texans. That'll be a good matchup. Bills, Patriots. Josh Allen going against the Patriots. I like it. David Montgomery going against the Bears, his former team. Steelers, Ravens. That's a great matchup for my field goal kicker, Broswell. Nothing says field goals like Steelers, Ravens. What else do we got? Jets, Rams. That's a shootout. Devontae Adams. So Devontae Adams. And I have Breece Hall, who I can flex in that. Then I have Browns, Bengals with Jameis Winston. That could be a shootout. T. Higgins. And all I have left, Bucks and Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. Bucky Irving. He's going to want to show out for Sunday Night Football. I like my matchups here. And then if I win that, I go to the championship round. Chiefs, Steelers. That's field goals. And Broncos, Bengals. Oof. Don't love that for T. Higgins. Oh, no. I don't want to cheer against the Broncos. We'll cross that road when we get there. Lions 49ers on Monday night. Bucks and Panthers. Ooh, that's a big game. That's a big game for Bucky Irving. Who do the Jets play? The Jets play the Bills. Ooh, in Buffalo. That's going to be tough. All right, Herbert, first down, is going to hand the ball off. And Bill said, yeah, for no other reason is the rotating staff we've had for 4 to 5 years needs to stop somewhere. Yeah, I get what you mean. Eventually, you just need some continuity. What is up with this camera? Oh, it's raining? Little blurry. All right, Herbert looking to pass on 2nd and 7. Caught. Oh, man. There's just too many of these plays where the Chargers are catching the ball short of the sticks, and they just don't fight for that extra yard. There's too many 3rd and 1s. And credit the Chiefs for just not giving up those extra yards. See if it rains any harder, you might see these visors start to come off of the players. 3rd and inches, and they're going to run a QB sneak, and it looks like they're going to give him the spot. So Justin Herbert, dealing with an injury, comes back into the game, and they run a QB sneak with him. All right. Remember, one touchdown dramatically changes this game. And there is an 8-yard run on first down. I think that might be the longest run for the Chargers tonight. Good run. All right, here's the pitch. Can they get the edge? And he does, but a flag flies in, and this might be holding on 23, not the player, but the guy that was held. Let's see if number 91 holds number 23. No, it's going to go against the Chiefs. Look at this. 2 fullbacks to set the edge, and then you pull Kraft, number 70, and he becomes your down the field blocker. And here's another power formation. Let's see if they're checking out of it right here. They're checking out of it. Let's see if he pulls it back and takes a shot here. Nope, they're going to just check. I didn't think that was a good decision. Looked like the Chiefs were playing the run. Chargers end up running anyway. Look, it feels like a waste of a play. Greg Roman is the offensive coordinator. Greg Roman was with the Ravens. He's with the Carolina Panthers from 95 to 2001 before joining the Texans. Here is a throw in Davis kind of weaving through the Chiefs, picks up around 8 yards. So this has been a good opening drive. So he broke into the NFL with the Panthers in a variety of roles from 95 to 2001. Then he joined the Texans to coach the tight ends from 2002 to 2003. And then he did the quarterbacks from 04 to 05. He had his first stint with the Ravens as the team's offensive line coach from 06 to 07. And here's another direct handoff. That's going to be good for a 1 yard gain. And they're going to go for it on 4th and 2. Recommendation, toss up. Thanks, analytics. You had one job. You had one job. Andy Reid saying he didn't want to call timeout, it looks like. Greg Roman, 25 years NFL coaching veteran, 10 years of experience as a coordinator. He was leading the offense for the Ravens from 2019 to 2022, coaching the NFL's top-ranked rushing offense over that span. So, I mean, you get Harbaugh, who comes in, drafts Joe Alt to put on the line with Rashawn Slater, brings in 2 running backs, and then brings in an offensive coordinator who was responsible for the NFL's top-ranked rushing offense from 2019 to 2022. That's a clear identity. The Chargers aren't afraid to run it. Not here on 4th and 2 either. But this time they're going to pull it, and Herbert's going to fire it, and it's a first down to Palmer at the 25-yard line. Herbert gets helped up, and that was a very important conversion for the Chargers. But yeah, Greg Roman, it's a guy that they bring in. It's a thoughtful hire. It is not just, oh yeah, we're just going to bring in an offensive coordinator that, is number one on, like Rick was saying today, like we're going to bring in the number one guy. That's all fine and dandy, but sometimes you just need to bring in your guy for what you're trying to do. And oh my gosh, this play is blown up, a quick pitch, and it's blown up. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing. But the Bears, they don't have an identity. So of course, Bear fans are like, oh, we just need to bring in somebody that is the best, whatever that means. They don't know. They just, let's bring in a hot name. But in this case, Harbaugh was like, no, not only do I know exactly what I want to do with this offense, but I'm going to draft my players around it, and I'm going to hire my coaching staff around it. And that's how you end up with a team that has an identity, like the Chargers have an identity. And Justin Herbert taking a shot here, and it's complete. And the Chargers are in the red zone looking to make this a 6-point game. And I think we're going to have ourselves a ball game, folks, here in the second half. Liam said, hopefully they can hit the over so it doesn't look like a bad game. I have a feeling that people can say it is a boring game, but I don't think this will be a bad game. And here is a run down to the 1 yard line. My uncle, his favorite type of football games are like this. Defensive games that end in a 12-17 score, like those weird, awkward, low-scoring games. That's his favorite. That's like an old school football game. So, I think there's more to an NFL game being a good game than just being a high scoring game. I think you have to appreciate these type of games where you have to fight for every point that you score. And here's a touchdown right here. Look at this. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about when I talk about identity. Running the football down their throat on the goal line, not getting cute. Not getting cute here. Gosh. So pissed off. I put in a bet for Gus Edwards, and as soon as I clicked it, this was in the beginning of the game. I had him scoring. As soon as I clicked it, it suspended it, and then it gave me Kareem Hunt instead of Gus Edwards. I don't know how that happened, but so frustrated. What do you think, Liam? Do you feel like these low scoring games are bad? Just your personal opinion. I feel like Joshua Palmer is going to score a touchdown in this game. Wonder if Travis Kelce is going to get in. Nick said there's some good low scoring games, but I think that primetime game should be higher score than this. We'll see if the second half has some more points in store. I have a feeling that there might be. We'll see if the Chiefs respond here. Let me see something really quick. Holding on the return. Are you kidding me? Jeez. So many penalties in this one. Not as much as that Giants game. Was that the Giants and the Jets? There was a game earlier this year that was like ridiculous. Pacheco. Good to see him back and healthy. Looks like Pacheco is getting involved in the game. Good to see Pacheco involved in the game. Third in a yard. Kelsey in motion. Mahomes. Incomplete. Incomplete. 3 and out, and that is just what the Chargers needed to take a lead here. And now the Chargers are in business. Man. All right. Chargers with a chance to take the lead here. See, Mahomes to have 10 rushing yards in the second half. I think this is going to be one of those games where it's going to be close down to the wire, and Mahomes is going to have to take off and do some running. Which one do you guys feel good about? What about Gus Edwards, Isaiah Pacheco, and Travis Kelce to combine for 4 touchdowns? Gus Edwards has a touchdown. So you would need Pacheco and Kareem Hunt. Does Kareem Hunt have one? Who scored to score 2 touchdowns? DeAndre Hopkins scored. DeAndre Hopkins. Let's see. The Chargers are still 5-point underdogs. I'm going Chargers plus 5.5. Over 34 points scored. Quentin Johnston to score. Boom. What is that? Camo. There we go. There we go. I was trying to fix my camera because it had me stuck at 30 frames per second. Oh my gosh. A play down the field and the Chargers are in business. The Chargers are in business. This is huge. This is a statement drive. This is a statement drive right here. Wow. Hard running by Gus Edwards. It's it. This is why you just can't let all of the non-scoring get to your head as the Chargers, because your defense has left the door open for you. It is just 2 drives, and here we are. And a run with Gus Edwards, hard running, but he's going to only get back to the line. Ooh, tight end Will Dissly, questionable. So many injuries. Reagan, Will Dissly, no McConkey tonight. Looking to throw. Herbert. Touchdown! Quentin Johnston. Wow. Wow. Quentin Johnston with the touchdown. Wow. Just like that. Just like that. The Chargers take a 1-point lead. All right, what do you guys think? Should I cash out? I just put this in before that drive. Quentin Johnston to score the 34.5 over, so one more touchdown would be over. 27 points have been scored. And the Chargers to keep it within 5.5 points. I put $5 on it. They're offering me $23 right now, or I could hold for $45 if I don't do anything. The Chargers went from 5.5 underdogs to plus 1.5. Woohoo. Or I could just take my $15 or 17, take my $17 and reinvest. I'm gonna ride it out. I think if the Chargers lose, they're gonna lose by 3. I think that's $45. I think that's looking good. If Mahomes rushes for 10 yards in the second half, I'll also win another 55. So that would be 110. That'd be $100 win. Unless he rushes for 9 yards and or rushes for 10 yards exactly and takes a knee at the end and loses the 1 yard. Oh, that would be something, wouldn't it? I need Kareem Hunt to score a touchdown too. That would put me at $140 winning, as long as the Chargers kept it within 5.5. But make no mistake about it, a huge third quarter for the Chargers has put them in great situation here. 14-13. Stuck at 30 frames per second. Good description of the Giants offense. And crafty. Called me out and then called me out again. Didn't even realize he called me out twice. All right. Let's see what the Chiefs do here. All right. They're going to hand it off here for a couple yard gain. Let's see. See, the Chiefs can drive down on the. I mean, Mahomes knows how important it is to drive down the field here and score a touchdown. Oh my gosh. That looked like it was pass interference. That looked like D-Hop had a lot. Let's see. No, that was good defense. Sometimes things just look away, and then you watch the replay and you change your mind. Uh-oh. Free play. Mahomes just throws it up. Oh my gosh, it's intercepted. And you always worry about those free plays where they get thrown up when the player's running back. You're like, oh yeah, Joey Bosa. And Mahomes pulls an Aaron Rodgers and just chucks it up. I know there was a game this year where there was a player that jumped off sides and Daniel Jones was looking to throw it up and, take the free play, and the refs blew it dead. And Daniel Jones was like, what the hell? Why didn't I get my free play? I think only certain quarterbacks get those. Wow, Pirine. Wow. Samadre Pirine. It looked like he was going to be stopped well short, and he was able to pick up the first down and then add like 15 yards to it. I'm not sure how he was able to do that. He had 3 guys there that almost made the stop. Going into the fourth quarter, Chiefs need to respond here. Xavier Worthy in motion. Mahomes dropping back, throwing a quick one to Kelsey. Kelsey plants his foot and picks up 8 yards there. Travis Kelsey, a very quiet year. And Noah Gray's coming in So they're going to be running a 2 tight end set. This is going to Travis Kelce. Do you see that little nod he just had? He just looked back at Mahomes and had that nod. That was a zone. That was too easy. Too easy. And here are the Chiefs responding when they needed to. Mahomes just gets the ball out. Luckily, it wasn't tipped down by 43. Looks like a very friendly running situation, but empty backfield for the moment. Mahomes looking to pass. Corner blitz, taking a shot downfield. Nobody down there. And DeAndre Hopkins not on the same page as Mahomes on that one. Look, Mahomes is trying to stick in the pocket, hang in there as long as he can, and then take a shot. Second and 10. Got to pick up something to get in field goal range here. And they're going to hand it off to Pacheco. And Pacheco, coming back from that broken fibia, he's actually starting to get his role increased. He's starting to get his role increased. And that's going to be the last play of the third. Chargers going into... See, I updated the ticker, and it didn't do it. Now I got to double click it. There we go. All right. Kansas City down 1. They have the most one-possession score wins in the league ever, I think. So playing close games, that's kind of the recipe for the Chiefs this year. Chiefs, who are 11-1, have won a record 14 straight one-score games. So that is a record. 14 straight one-score games, which just is absolutely insane because you would think there's a couple of those games in there. You think about the blocked field goal against Denver, the field goal against the Panthers, the Raiders last week on Black Friday. There's just all of these opportunities for their opponents to beat the Chiefs, and the Chiefs somehow find a way to win it in the end. And here we go into the fourth quarter with the Chargers up 1. And maybe this will finally be the game that the Chiefs can't win. So here's their record in one-score games in the past 2 seasons. All right. So they beat the Raiders 19-17. They beat Carolina 30-27. They lost to Buffalo by 9, but that's not a one-score game. So that doesn't count. They beat the Broncos because of a blocked field goal to win 14-16. They beat Tampa 30-24, so they won by 6. Then the Raiders again, they won by 7. They beat San Francisco 28-18, but that's not a one-score game. So I guess what the stat is saying is if they win by more than one score or lose by more than one score, it doesn't count. But when the game is within one score, they've won 14 in a row. So if we keep going down the list here, They beat the Saints 26-13, not a one score. The Chargers earlier in the season at the end of September, they won 17-10. Atlanta 22-17, Bengals 26-25, Baltimore 27-20. That was the first game of the season, and now here's Pacheco running real hard like he was running last year and the year before. Looks like Pacheco is back. All right. Chiefs 6 yards away from the red zone. Pacheco again. And Pacheco takes it into the red zone. He's got the hot hand. They're going to keep giving it to him. A plate and 7 screws. But he only broke his fibia. So it's a very big difference between breaking your fibia and breaking your fibia and your tibia, which is a clean snap of the leg. Aiden Hutchinson broke his tib and his fib, but just the fib, he was out, 4 months? And now he's back. Pacheco just running like he... Ooh. And a flag comes in at the back end of the play. See what this is. Big penalty if it's against the Chiefs. Unnecessary roughness. Ooh. Ooh, that's going to be on Creed Humphrey, I think. Oh, no, that's going to be on Smith. Unsportsmanlike conduct at the end. Let's see what it is. Oh, just headbutted him right there. You can't headbutt people after the play. And now it's 3rd and 16. That was a huge penalty. It was about to be 3rd and 1. Now they'd be lucky to kick a field goal. Mahomes looking to pass. Has time. Taking a shot downfield. Hopkins. Oh, he dropped it. Hopkins had it in his hands and dropped it. Wow. Cam Hart came over and hit him. And DeAndre Hopkins, who has the best hands in the league. Oh my gosh. Look at the shot he took at the end of that. Oh man. That would have put the ball on the 2-yard line. And now you need the backup kicker to come in and nail it. 16-14. And the ticker is updated. 16-14. Chiefs take the lead. And our score, what do we move to? Our total points moved to 30. And now the Chargers have an opportunity for the rest of the game with that 1 point. See, if the Chiefs would have scored, I think they would have gone for 2, because now if the Chargers kick a field goal, they would be up 17-16. But if they have a chance here to score a touchdown and really separate themselves from the Chiefs and go up 5 points, I wonder if they would even go up or go for 2 to go up 6 because there's really no significance in being up 5. There's not. I mean, if you don't get it, you're up 4. Okay, a field goal still doesn't get you there. So if I'm the head coach, I'm like, well, let's at least try to go up 6. So if they do score an extra point that would win the game, you at least have a chance to block it, or potentially they would kick 2 field goals and tie the game that way. But I wouldn't want to be up 5. I would aim to be up 6 to give yourself a little flexibility. We'll see if Harbaugh is thinking the same thing here. Mahomes. How many rushing yards does he have right now? NFL. Play-by-play. Mahomes. I don't think Mahomes has ran it. I didn't think so. All right, so the Chargers take over. Only a couple more drives for them left in the game. Let's see what they can do here. You can tell it's raining based on the cameras, but it hasn't shown to affect the game in a negative way. No fumbles or balls that have slipped out of the quarterback's hands. 164 passing yards, 72 rushing yards. Herbert fakes the handoff, looking to take a shot, and he does, but in a bad way. He takes a sack. Second down, and that is not the start to the drive for the Chargers. Bolton, looks like, was he playing safety? He just comes right up the middle. Does a great job of delaying that blitz, confusing Herbert. He did not look like he was blitzing. Empty backfield for the Chargers. Trips right, stacked receivers at the bottom. Quick throw. Caught. That's Quentin Johnston, who picks up the first down and then trucks the defender. Quentin Johnston starting to heat up here. Wide open. Wide open. Look how far back number 2 is playing. Number 2 is playing so far back. He actually slipped in the middle of that play before he got trucked. Just a terrible play by him. Bad coverage. Slipped anyway, then got trucked. Approaching the 10-minute mark. Chargers likely only have 2 more possessions. Down 2. Approaching midfield. And number 2, who was just trucked, was just pulled off the field, I think, by the NFL neurologist team there. Quick throw. That's good for a first down. If the Chargers drive down and score here, I really think they would have to go for 2. Stone Smart entering tonight. He had 3 catches tonight. He has 3 catches for 54 yards. His career total was only 44 going into the game. And they're going to run it here. Big hole. First down, 10-yard gain. Gus Edwards. Look at this run. Oh, man. That open field just is ridiculous. I could have ran through that. Quentin Johnston lined up at the top of the screen. See if they go back to the run. They do. They're going to pitch it. Trying to get the edge, and he's only going to be able to pick up a yard there. Approaching the 8-minute mark. Clock is winding down fast here as the Chargers continue to run the football, keeping that clock rolling. It's an interesting time amount right now because if the Chargers were to score with 5 or 4 minutes left, Kansas City would potentially have the ball last and not give it back. Herbert avoiding a sack, now stepping up and turns it into a gain of 3. And a huge third down coming up. If they don't convert here, you would think they would have to punt the football. They're bringing in a different personnel here for third down. Less than 8.5 left. 3rd and 7, so pretty manageable. They might kick the field goal if they gain 4 to 5 yards here. Herbert firing, caught, first down. What a throw. And what a catch by Palmer. Contested too. And we are under 8 minutes with that first down. What a throw. Right there, middle of the field, just a 3-yard slant. But he ran it a little deeper. Uh-oh. Is that going to be on the offense? Pre-snap penalty. It's going to be on the defense. Woo, Kansas City. They better get their crap together. All right. Clock is rolling. Under 7.5 left. And they're going to fake the handoff. Pressure coming. Oh, my gosh. A bad throw. That would have been huge. That probably would have been a touchdown. Oh, my gosh. Look at this. Right here. Look at this spin he does right here. If he would have caught this ball, he would have put a foot down and spun the other way. That would have been a touchdown. There was no help on that play. 7:22 left. 2nd and 5. Pressure coming. Quick throw. Caught. Palmer again, middle of the field. He is becoming the security blanket for Justin Herbert. Clock continues to roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Chiefs rushed the passer on that play. Herbert, great job of just hanging in there, throwing a good ball. 213 yards on the night. Look like they might be running here. They do. And they're only going to pick up a yard. 6 minutes to go. And number 2, the guy that had that play where he got trucked at the end, he is now going into the locker room because of that play. Approaching the 5-minute mark. Chargers taking the whole fourth quarter on this drive. Herbert looking, and he's going to get sacked. That is a huge sack. Oh my gosh. That is a huge play. That is crushing because now it's 3rd and long. You look from where the ball was snapped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like a 7-yard loss. 3rd and 16. Oh my gosh. They try to run the draw, and they're just going for the field goal here. They're going for the 17-16 lead. And here comes Cameron Dicker. 59. Long at 59. He's only missed 2 kicks this year. They paid him right before the season started, a long-term deal. This is going to be a 37-yard attempt to give him a 1-point lead with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left. Ball snap. Kick is a really high kick, and it is good. The Chargers take a 1-point lead on the Chiefs, and I feel like we've all seen this movie before. Chargers 1-point lead, but a lifetime to work with. Bill said had a guy open on that sack too. Just had no time to find him. Oh man, I feel like this is right where the Chiefs want to be too. This is why they have so many one-score. So many one-score wins because of these exact type of games. Chargers have overcome a 13-point deficit and just took the lead over the Chiefs with under 5 minutes left. But we all know how this game is set up right now for the refs to bail out the Chiefs and give them the win. So the last matchups between the Chargers and the Chiefs. September 29th, the Chiefs won 17-10. Last year, actually this year, in January, which was week 18, I believe, the Chargers lost 12-13. So the Chargers have lost their last 2 games to the Chiefs by a combined 8 points. So these games tend to be very close and come down to the wire. The last time a game went to overtime was in 2021, and the Chargers lost 28-34. Don't see a path to overtime unless the Chiefs score quick, go for 2 and get it, and then the Chargers have enough time to score a touchdown, but there's not that much time unless they score real quick. Oh, a squib kick. The ball's going to go to the 40, so maybe there is a quick score. What just happened? Illegal kickoff because the ball didn't go to the drop zone. That's why the Chiefs keep winning right there. Look at all of these fluke wins. Oh gosh, Chiefs are the worst, best record I've ever seen. Current chances of winning, the Chargers have a 46% chance of winning with a 1-point lead. Think about that. Mahomes, quick throw, incomplete, intended for Isaiah Pacheco. And Bill, welcome back. It went to the drop zone eventually. LOL. Yeah, that's a kind of a bummer about the new kickoff rules. I feel like you should still be allowed to squib kick. I don't like that they took that out. 4:31 remaining. Mahomes steps up, throws incomplete. And all of a sudden, this third down is huge. The Chiefs have 2 timeouts. They had to burn 1 timeout right when the second half started on the defensive side of the ball, which I think they made a comment. You can burn a defensive timeout in the first half. You can't burn a timeout on the defensive side of the ball in the second half because that is probably going to come back to bite them. 2 timeouts. It'll be interesting to see what happens if they don't convert here. 3rd and 10. Huge drive. Pressure coming. Oh, Mahomes steps up in the pocket and then flips it, and it's a first down. Oh, my gosh. Oh, how does that happen? Look at the blitz. They got home, and Mahomes still was able to buy enough time to throw this weird off-platform ball. 3 minutes left. Handoff, Pacheco. Pacheco picks up 1, not in field goal range yet. Remember, they don't have Bucker. So I don't know. I mean, this kicker has made a couple game winners since being the kicker with Bucker out, but don't know if they have the distance confidence that they would have with Bucker. So they're definitely going to want to gain 15 to 20 more yards to make it a kickable field goal. And the Chargers do have 3 timeouts, so they're going to hang on to those. I wouldn't call those until there's a minute left. You don't want to prematurely call those timeouts and then Kansas City picks up a first down and then they can just run the clock out and kick a field goal. Ideally, you want to wait as long as you can to guarantee that you get the ball back with time. 2nd and 8. Mahomes stepping up, going to take off and run. Yes, I just won $50. Eight, 2, 1, 4, 8, 1. $55. Mahomes quick throw. And Xavier Worthy tackled inbounds. He realized he pushed him down late and then didn't want the penalty, so he helped him up. 3 minutes. We are under 3 minutes. 2 minutes left. Oh my gosh, this is coming down to the wire. Put your predictions in the chat. What do you guys got? Who's your winner? Can't say Chiefs. 2 minutes and 45 seconds, 2nd and 5. This is a huge second down. It changes everything. If they don't get it, I would imagine they run the football. They do. Oh my gosh, that was the one thing you couldn't have happen. I wouldn't call my timeout. I would let the 2-minute warning do it. How defensively are you not prepared for that? You know they're going to run the football in that situation. And now they call a timeout. That is such a bad timeout. This is just a coaching nightmare. First off, you should be playing the run, absolutely playing the run, because you know that they're going to run it on 2nd and 5 because they don't care. If they don't gain anything, it's 3rd and 5, the clock's running, and they feel like they force you to call a timeout. They are so good at converting on 3rd down in these situations. I would have been playing the run. I would have stopped them short and then use the 2-minute warning to stop the clock. So if they do convert, then you can call a timeout on 1st down, 2nd, and 3rd. You just put yourself in a situation on 3rd and 1 where there's a 95% chance that they pick up the 1st down and you just wasted your timeout. But I guess you're thinking, well, the 2-minute warning will stop them on 1st down anyway. But we'll see what they do here. And they're going to run it with Carson Steele and pick up the 1st down. And I guess now the Chargers could call one timeout and then call their last timeout on 2nd down. And then you got the 2-minute warning to stop it on 2nd down. And then 3rd down, you would have nothing. And you'd have 1minute, 20 seconds, no timeouts to kick a game-winning field goal. But you have to hold them to a field goal here. The dangerous part is if the Chiefs pick up one more 1st down, they're going to run the clock down to 3 seconds, call a timeout, and kick the field goal. But this is a huge caveat. Because the game isn't tied right now, the Chiefs have to stay aggressive because if they miss a field goal, they lose the game. So it's not one of those situations where the game's tied and they can just be confident in their field goal. Because if they do miss that field goal, all they're going to hear is, why didn't you guys try to score? A lot of ways this game can unfold here. This will probably be our last timeout commercial.
Miranda Sears married Ryan Sears.
What's that?
That was their name. They have the same last name. And they got married. I knew them in high school.
Oh, that's good.
Probably incest.
Oh, that's bad. All right, here we go. Man, Mahomes has taken a ton of hits tonight. 42 dropbacks, 3 sacks, 16 pressures. Something's wrong with him and Kelsey. 25-26 when trailing in the fourth quarter. Highest win percentage in NFL history. And undefeated when trailing in the Super Bowl almost, besides the Tampa one, I guess. Kareem Hunt. Harbaugh takes his final timeout with 2:26 left, so they'll have the 2-minute warning to stop the clock on second down, and then third down is huge, and you just know that the Chiefs are going to try to convert on third down. They're not going to run the football. I don't see the Chiefs running the football on third down here. Matthew Wright. He's 3 for 3 tonight. There's Harrison Bucker, placed on IR prior to week 11 with a knee injury. This would normally be his time. And here is another run as expected, and the 2-minute warning will stop the clock. And then third down, I think you're going to have, well, you're definitely going to have the game on the line. It comes down to this play. If the Chiefs pick up the first down, they're going to win the game. Gosh, that water looks good. So thirsty. All right, 2-minute warning. I'm going to grab some water really quick. But as always, I'm going to leave you guys daydreaming. Welcome back to Sunday Night Football. Welcome to the Chives with Kyle. All right, let's see if the Chargers get a touchdown. If they get a touchdown, this is the touchdown I want.
Tyrell Williams. He beats Cox.
I wish I were high on pot news.
One of the three sides.
I wish I was high on pot news.
All right. Here we go. Game on the line. How is this one going to pan out? Third and 7, game on the line. Here we go. We've seen this so many times. Go the Chiefs' way. Mahomes rolling out, looking to throw, pressure. Oh my gosh. That's it. Travis Kelce, Chiefs win. They don't even celebrate together anymore. I think it's so obvious. Something is off with them. Wow. Well, I guess that's still a good thing for the Broncos because now the Chargers have fallen from the 5 seed, and they're the ones that have to play Buffalo. All right, so I guess we're gonna get a knee. I would be shocked if they don't just take a knee here. And they do. And it looks like I'm going to lose my rushing yards because of the knee. This is my nightmare. Let's see. Yep, he scrambled for 10 yards. And now his knees are going to lose him the yards. All right. Here we go. Game winner. All right. Here we go. For the division. He missed. Oh my God. Double doink. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. They're terrible. This is unbelievable. Oh. Off. It bounced in. Oh my gosh. This is going to catch up to them. It has to catch up to them. They can't keep getting away with this. This is all I'm going to say. This is all I'm going to say about it. And then I'm going to be out of here. This is all I have to say about it. You can't keep getting away with it. You can't keep getting away with it. That's all I got for you. Keep getting I don't know how, but Kansas City continues to win in the most unprobable ways I've ever seen in my life. Thank you guys for watching Sunday Night Football with me. As always, if you guys could hit the thumbs up button on this video and help me out, that would be great. The Chargers fall to 8-6, and the updated playoff picture is going to look different because the Chargers are not going to be in the number 5 seed after losing this game. Kansas City clinches the division with the win. The Chargers right now, the updated playoff picture, the Chargers have moved to the 7 seed, and the Broncos and the Ravens are at the 6 and 5 seed. The Chargers dropped 2 spots by that field goal, not bouncing out of the uprights. By bouncing in the uprights, the Chargers now would have to play Buffalo if the playoffs started tomorrow. The Broncos, instead of playing Buffalo, would now be playing the Steelers. And Russell Wilson, who Sean Payton got rid of, would be at home. And Sean Payton's Broncos and Bo Nix would be going to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers in what would be their first playoff game in a decade. You know, the script writers they've been hard at work trying to figure out how to get Broncos Steelers a reality for the wild card round, and the Chargers just made it a reality. Thank you guys for watching. KC says doink for the win. Unbelievable. The weird thing is actually very believable. I actually saw a post at halftime that was like, it legitimately, I swear on everything, it said, we already know how this is going to go. The Chiefs are going to double doink it for the win. It wasn't a double doink, but it was still like, oh my gosh, how did they call that? It was like one of the most miraculous calls I've ever seen. But the Chiefs find a way to continue to win. But thank you guys for hanging in and watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Monday Night Football. Hope you guys have a great start to your week. And there's going to be a lot more football to come tomorrow, especially our recap. It's going to be fire. All I got to say about that game is... Just kidding. Congratulations, Kansas City. You have clinched the AFC West, and I will see you guys tomorrow for Monday Night Football.